one word that kept coming up over and over again was the word disaster.
Hi, I'm Zach Weissmuller with Reason TV. We're here with Emily Ekins, Director of Polling for the Reason Foundation. She's here to talk about the latest Reason-Rupe poll. Emily, thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
The December Reason-Rupe poll asks a lot of interesting questions about the health care debate and how it's been playing out. And we all know about the website woes and the if you like your plan, you can keep it kind of fib. How have all these missteps affected public perception of the federal health care law?
It's not going well for President Obama and his administration. This is their signature law. And right now, a majority of Americans oppose the law. Not only that, a majority of Americans say they favor the healthcare system that was in place prior to the passage of the law. Only a third say they like the healthcare system better now that the law has been passed. So this demonstrates that people do not see this as progress or a step forward the way it was intended to be.
When the Obama administration has been challenged on the whole, if you like your plan, you can keep it, they've said, well, a lot of these plans that are getting canceled, they were just subpar plans. They don't give you the kind of coverage you need. But you ask people what they thought about these so-called subpar plans. What'd you find?
We found that a majority of Americans oppose banning these so-called subpar plans. And even when we tell people that these plans are not only low cost but limited coverage, still a majority of Americans oppose banning these plans. People think that if you like your plan, you should be able to keep it, even if the federal government doesn't think it's good enough.
You asked people an open-ended question, which was to describe the implementation of the law in one word. So a little free association. What kind of words did people use to describe it?
Well, as you can imagine, most of the words were primarily negative, but one word that kept coming up over and over again was the word disaster. The other words that we kept saying included the words messy and unorganized. One word that was positive that kept coming up was the word good, but generally it was caveated with good but needs improvement, or good but needs some work.
A key to getting the healthcare law to work is getting the young, healthy people enrolled in more comprehensive, i.e. expensive plans to pay for kind of the sicker, older population. You ask people what they thought of that aspect of the plan. What do people think about kind of hiking the prices for the younger, healthier people to pay for this other population?
This is essentially a form of redistribution, but redistribution from the young to the old and less healthy. And overwhelmingly, Americans oppose having younger people pay more in their premiums to subsidize the cost for others. And this finding held up even when we gave them a series of groups that could be benefited. People don't feel that young people should be responsible for paying more.
Obviously, the healthcare rollout has not been good for President Obama's approval ratings, but the poll dug a little bit deeper and found some interesting results in terms of how this has affected the view of government's ability to administer things generally. What did you find?
We found about half of Americans say that the implementation of the healthcare law has made them trust government less overall. A majority of Americans say they disagree with President Obama's view on the role of government. Not only that, a majority of 25 to 34-year-olds, a key constituency of President Obama's election in 2008 and 2012, a majority of those say they disagree with President Obama's view on the size of government.
So as we wrap up, I just want to ask for a preview of what else we can expect in the latest Reason-Rupe poll.
So we asked some interesting questions about what Americans think about raising the minimum wage. And what we find might surprise you. We also asked some questions about criminal justice, such as mandatory minimums, local police departments using drones, and we also asked some questions about the nanny state.
The full poll results are available now at reason.com/poll. Emily Ekins, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
For Reason TV, I'm Zach Weissmuller.